Hey everyone, it's Nick Campbell. Sorry if I don't seem super into this. I just feel gross. And I'm not sure why that is. It definitely wasn't Frank burning everything to the ground, because that was good. And it wasn't the Paul thing, sad as that was. And it wasn't even the gushy for this show family stuff, with all the hugging and the forehead kissing, and the dead behind the eyes wistful looks at two women that he has contempt for. It wasn't any of that. Ugh, I know what it was. It was this fake fire. It's this cheap hotel room. It's this weird hug, massage, necking thing. And it's Velcoro and Velcorides making that love. I hope you're happy now, Velcorides shippers. You sick. Burning lives to the ground was a major theme for this episode, both figuratively and literally. Funnily enough, Frank, a man of colorful metaphor.
In the midst of being gangbanged by forces unseen, I figured I'd drill a new orifice. Go on and fuck myself for a change.
Takes the more literal approach. This represents Frank's more hulking out moments as he rips tables apart, smashes a glass into someone's face, and watches dutifully as his career dies in a very real fire. Black maps and motel rooms marks Frank as most gangster.
You know that word bothers me.
You know what, Frank? You are one, so just deal with it. Most of Frank's portrayal this season has been in direct conflict with the cliches of gangsterdom. Well, vintage cliches anyway. In a post-Sopranos landscape, gangsters are usually humanized criminal businessmen. And even those portrayals are now cliche. Pizzolatto's humanized gangster here, with his grandeur of lexicon, and the constant reminder of the sword dangling over his head, is almost absurd in its refusal to be rote. That being said, Frank's shown some growth in his willingness to burn it all to the ground. He just let the papier-mâché become cinders in the already smoggy sky. Thanks for contributing to the problem, Frank. Going deeper than just lives being burned to the ground, there's a theme of lives being constructs. Ani and Ray essentially have nothing left by the end of the episode. Ani is wanted for murdering a security guard during the orgy, and really, that's his fault for wearing a suit made of banner paper. I mean, Ani is handy with a knife, but that shouldn't even gone through the vest layer. Ray is also wanted for murder, but not the one he actually committed.
Have I got a fucking story for you?
With Davis dead, all the little things they've done to solve this case have nothing but deaf/dead ears to fall on. So what else is there to do other than have a tense, awkward conversation that leads to whatever this is? Now, I've never been a Velcorides shipper. I'm not even sure if that's the right ship name for them. Velcoro, Onre, Bezaroro? I'm sticking with Velcorides. Anyway, I've never been a Velcorides shipper, but only because I don't like horrible things to happen. But even I, at the end of this awkward scene, was like, just do it already. It's way more painful to be part of this conversation than to watch you slap your greasy hair against each other's faces. Both these people who have sent their families away have no home, no life to return to. All that remains is the truth that they've investigated and their innate attractiveness.
You're too far out of my league anyway.
Okay, sure. So while Frank looks forward to a career at Applebee's,
I worked at one once. They give you a shift meal.
and while Ani and Ray crush each other's sexes, hoping that their fear and shame go away, Paul was getting busy dying. Paul may not have been your favorite character. He was more or less a one-trick pony. The depth of his character stopped in the shallow end of the development pool, with his closetedness defining everything that he did. Even walking into a trap that he knew was a trap was influenced by his secret shame.
Secrets are no fun. Secrets hurt someone.
It started off that those secrets only really hurt the Black Ops team headed up by the Da Vinci police chief, because Paul, in his stiff first-person shooter stance, was in it to kill everyone, even if that meant his boyfriend was slaughtered unceremoniously. Here's the thing about Paul. There's no way he was going to win this thing being life. So you should have known when it took him seemingly an hour to get through the tunnels underneath Los Angeles, which are actual things, link in the description, that something not great was going to greet him on the other side. Everyone that knew who he slept with was dead. Paul could almost return to a normal life. Detective Ears was still around. He's a lieutenant. Lieutenant Ears. Ears pops him twice, and I'm assuming that it's not with rubber bullets this time. So now, unequivocally, everyone's life is ruined. And we'll have 90 minutes next week to reach what HBO president Michael Lombardo refers to as a satisfying ending. He actually showered Nick Pizzolatto with an overcompensating amount of praise at the TCA press tour. But satisfying is all I require. And even that seems like a long shot. I just have no trust in those stewarding the show. Now that we're all 7 episodes deep, does this season even have enough to satisfy us? Is there going to be redemption for all these characters? Or is this show just going to cop out and say, these characters aren't worth redemption, and that's the whole point? Screw the hero's journey! I don't know what Nick Pizzolatto sounds like. I wish I could provide a list of things that I'm looking for in the finale, but it all depends if the show wraps it up in a satisfying way, or if it's going to wrap up in the tragedy and utter despair that's been haunting this season since Lara Lynn strummed her first lonely chord. The only thing I see is that Ray probably won't make it, and it will probably be in the same woods that Ani suffered her split.
You step out the trees. You ain't that fast. They shoot you to pieces.
And when I ran out of the woods and they found me.
The woods?
The secret third option, of course, is that the ending is so over the top, so incredibly absurd, that we'll be satisfied with the ending only because we have something new to talk about when we talk about spectacular hype ending in dismal, embarrassing failure. So that Lost can take a break for a bit. Thanks for watching. Hey everyone, if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. There's only one more episode left of True Detective, and I'm looking for another show to do. So if you have any ideas, leave it in the comments. And if you want to know when more of these videos come out, subscribe, and YouTube tells you automatically. I don't know how it works. I'm not a YouTube scientist.